Using pronouns correctly. Appositives with pronouns. What is an appositive? An appositive renames the noun or pronoun to describe or identify it. It gives more emphasis to the noun or pronoun. Here are some example sentences. Mr. Garrett, my math teacher, moved to Iowa. Mr. Garrett is the subject of the sentence. My math teacher is an appositive that renames or tells more information about Mr. Garrett. Mr. Garrett moved the furniture himself. Again, Mr. Garrett is still the subject. Himself is renaming Mr. Garrett with a pronoun and giving emphasis to him as moving the furniture. Rules of pronouns as appositives. A pronoun used as an appositive is in the same case as the word to which it refers. Here are some example sentences. The runners, he, she, and I, warmed up before practice. Runners is the subject. He, she, and I is giving us an appositive for runners. Since this is in a pronoun form, we need to use subject or nominative pronouns, he, she, and I, to name who these runners are. Every student, except two, him and her, joined the picnic. Except two is in a prepositional phrase. Except is a preposition, to is the object of the preposition. Him and her are renaming or telling who the two are. So, since it's in the objective form, object of the preposition, we use him or her, which are objective pronouns. The director introduced the actors, Laura and me. Actors is in the direct object part of the sentence. They are receiving the action of being introduced. Laura and me are the appositives for the actors. So, since they are in the objective part of the sentence, we need to use an objective pronoun, which is me. We or us. Sometimes a pronoun is followed directly by an appositive. To help you choose which pronoun to use, omit the appositive and try each form separately. Here are some examples. We or us athletes practice every day after school. Which one should we use? Well, the rule tells us we should omit the noun immediately following we or us. So that would be athletes. We practice or us practice? Obviously, we practice sounds correct. So, we athletes practice after school every day. Here's another sentence. The club threw a pizza party for we or us students. Well, we have students right after we or us, so we want to omit that. The club threw a pizza party for we. The club threw a pizza party for us. Obviously, it's us, so the club threw a pizza party for us students. Reflexive pronouns. A reflexive pronoun is a word that ends in self or selves. His self, their selves, and their self are always incorrect. Always use himself instead of his self, or themselves instead of their selves or their self. Examples. Martin voted for himself in the last election. The girls bought themselves candy after the game. Here's our review. Use an appositive pronoun in the same case as the noun it describes. When using we or us with an appositive, omit the noun immediately following it to try it out. Always use himself instead of his self, and themselves instead of their selves or their self.